not a home. Lately you've changed my life, and it just ain't right. So I love you.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the ShortFilm podcast, the place where we break down the magic of cinema one frame at a time. I'm James, your host and producer for the ShortFilm Showcase, and today we're talking about one of the most essential aspects of filmmaking, visual storytelling. So how do filmmakers communicate emotions, themes, and narratives through images alone? Let's dive in. Visual storytelling, obviously, this is filmmaking. It's one of the most important things. People don't want to stare at a cardboard box. People want to be visually enthralled. At its core, visual storytelling is the art of conveying a story primarily through images rather than dialogue or text. Think of the silent film era. This is where it all began. Filmmakers had to rely entirely on visuals to tell their stories. Even today, the most powerful moments in cinema often come from one single look, a composition, a way a scene is lit, how someone acts, etc. A picture really is worth 1,000 words in film. That really is true. Cinematography plays a huge role in visual storytelling, from camera angles and movement to lighting and composition. Every shot is usually carefully curated and crafted to evoke some kind of emotion. For example, let's take a look at The Revenant for its long, sweeping takes and natural lighting. Those elements were taken in to create an immersive and visceral experience. And pivoting to something like Mad Max Fury Road, where every frame is composed basically like a painting, making the action sequences even more intense, feel more real, like you're there, the whole thing. One of the golden rules of cinema is show, don't tell. A great example of this is in WALL-E. For almost the entire first act, there's no dialogue, but we do completely understand the story through movement, facial expressions, and environmental storytelling. This is what makes a film really cinematic, truly cinematic, when the visuals do the heavy lifting for basically compensating for everything else. Color and lighting are some of the most powerful tools in a filmmaker's arsenal. Think about the Grand Budapest Hotel. Wes Anderson's signature pastel color palette sets the whimsical, nostalgic tone of the film. Or maybe even The Godfather, where the deep shadows and warm golden hues create a sense of power and corruption. Color psychology plays a massive role in how we perceive a film's mood. It sets the tone. It creates pretty much the environment without saying a thing. So let's look at some films that master visual storytelling. Blade Runner 2049 uses neon lighting and sprawling landscapes to create a dystopian world. Schindler's List uses black and white cinematography with a single red coat as a striking visual symbol. And let's not forget Parasite, where the contrast between high and low spaces visually represent class divide. These choices aren't accidental, and in fact, quite the contrary. They're deliberate ways to tell a deeper story. For those of you who want to improve your visual storytelling, here are some key tips. Study photography to understand composition. This helps so much. Watch films like with the sound off, and see how much of the story you can still grasp and conceptualize without even turning the sound back on. Experiment with lighting. Framing and lighting are very important in your projects. Most importantly, always ask yourself, what emotion or information is being conveyed in this shot? Every frame should initially serve a purpose. So that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Visual storytelling is what makes cinema so powerful. And once you start paying attention to it, you'll never watch movies the same again. What are some of your favorite visually striking films? Let me know on social media. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and join me next time as we continue exploring the magic of filmmaking. Until then, keep watching, keep creating, keep listening, and keep telling stories.
The house is not a home. Lately you've changed my life, and it just ain't right.